Why do you want to go to America?
I wanted to go to America because I think I left a piece of my heart there.
I was always keen to go there and to learn more about the American culture.
There's just this sense of possibility. There's nothing really directly linked to it. No one really says anything, but you just feel somehow like things are possible, and it's a really nice feeling. It's very positive and uplifting.
It's a beautiful place, beautiful, everything like has every kind of, environment that you could ever want, and every kind of person, It's the most diverse place on the planet, I think, and it's wonderful.
Why do you think America needs love right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think America needs attention and love because many people are doing fun about what is happening now in America with the new president and so on. And I think the people do not have to lose their trust in themselves, and they have to remember that we are the spirit and we can do it together, that we can put the things right, and America is not lost.
It's easy to be put off by superficial characteristics or features of North America and think that that's what America is. But America is really so much more, and there's such a deep culture that was there and perhaps now is covered over, but it's still there, and there's still beautiful, beautiful people all over America, and it's incredibly easy to forget that and just see the garbage and the unpleasant, unpleasantness that is just broadcasted to the world for some reason instead of the beauty that is there.
And America, whether we like it or not, or admit it or not, is a very important country in the world. And what happens in America unquestionably has effect around the world, and the ripples, whether it's in pop culture or politics, the economy, like waves going out from America. We can feel this everywhere. Certainly we would get the first waves in Canada, and maybe Mexico as well because we're close, but around the world.
Would you like to go to America, and why?
Of course, I would love to be the first to be there, really. I just came out from 2 weeks in the States that I really enjoyed very much, and I had the feeling that America is a great country, which is leading the world in many fields, but really should lead also in value, dharma, and ethics. And if America will lead in this, world will change a lot. And I'm Italian, and I know how the American across the ocean to come back here to fight war, to save Italy and Europe from its own nightmare. And this is love, this is generosity, this is something that you can never forget. And when you do something out of love, out of generosity, it will grow up very much. And I'm pretty sure that all the Europeans will go back to give this love back to the Americans.
We have an enormous wealth of medical advances, scientific advances. We have probably the most secure period in history we've ever had without major wars has been during this particular era, and a lot of that comes from the American sense of responsibility for the world, this American sense of freedom, a vastly overused word, but something that I think is ingrained in the American psyche. So we need to remember, I think, that the craziness that may be going on at the moment is something that's very new and hopefully is going to be very short-lived, and that really the world owes a large debt of gratitude to America for the really genuinely good things that have come from that country.
America has always been such a huge influence on the rest of the world, And you know, when just like in a family, when, for example, the dad in the family is very kind-hearted, the rest of the family is also kind-hearted. And I guess America is in some way a kind of a father to the world in certain periods of time. And it could have an amazing influence if America would be filled with love, because then the rest of the world could maybe feel that as well.
You had such a great people there. I mean, people like Abraham Lincoln or Martin Luther King, these are amazing for all the work. And not only, the Native Americans, they are great people. They had such a oneness within nature. They have the understanding that nature is one. And we have to love and respect it. And so I'm sure that there are many Abraham Lincoln in America, many Martin Luther King, many grandson of the Native Americans that will lead the world again with love to a better future.